97 years later, Mets and Yankees doing the two-stadium thing. Yanks using a pitcher who's had some success in Queens and the Bronx. But as the game was at Shea, it was the Yankees batting first. Chuck Knobloch leading off the game, thrown out at second, trying to stretch it to a double. But we've got controversy, Lee Mazzilli. Believe it or not, he won the argument. Check out the replay. Knobloch barely touches Todd Zeile, but interference was called. Knobloch awarded second. Bobby Valentine is incensed, retracing Knobloch's steps, and eventually he gets the heave-ho. The Mets protest the game. This is one pitch into the game. A lot going on. Next batter, Derek Jeter. Have I mentioned yet this is the showcase highlight? Because it is. Double to left. Yankees lead at 1-0. 1 and 2 hits for Jeter. Still top of the first, Tino Martinez. The grounder. Edgardo Alfonso, nice play, and throws it over Zeile's head. Yankees lead at 2-0 as the run scores. Still top of the first, Bobby Jones gets Jorge Posada and then gets Scott Brocious to fly out to end the inning. So the Yankees leave the bases full. Could have been a lot worse for the Mets. More drama still in the first, remember. Dwight Gooden returning to the mound at Shea for the first time since 1994, and he did some good things there. He was a dominant force for the Mets. Would he be for the Yankees on Saturday? Bottom of the second, nobody on, nobody out. Yanks up 2-0. Robin Ventura smoking one, but Derek Jeter makes the leaping grab. Bottom of the fourth now. Zeile at first. Jay Payton at the plate. 2 out. Yankees lead at 2-1, and Zeile and Knobloch at it again. Zeile called out for interfering with Knobloch on the grounder. So we take a look at it again, and that may be a good call. When the mitt flies off, that's usually an indication there was something going on. Bottom of the fifth, 2 down. Benny Agbayani at third. Derek Bell gets in there. Game tied at 2. Couldn't leave after 5 innings. Gave up those 2 earned runs. Top of the sixth, Tino Martinez making a winner out of Doc. His 8th homer of the year. Martinez 3 for 4 in the game. Drove in 3, and Gooden likes it. He just wasn't showing it. Yanks take it 4-2. Their 4th straight win. Just 6 hits for the Bronx Bombers. None of them by Bernie Williams, whose 17-game hitting streak came to an end. Gooden does get the victory. Not bad for a guy who was told to retire a few months ago by the pitching poor Devil Rays. And then the 2 clubs embarked for the Bronx. Took the Yanks just 14 minutes to get there from Shea. It's amazing how quickly you can whisk around when they close the highways and bridges and give you a police escort. Time for game 2, speaking of which.
Yes, a continuation of the SportsCenter showcase highlight. Roger Clemens doing the start for the Yanks. Top second, no score. Mike Piazza, 7 for 12, 3 homers versus Clemens. And that is none of the above. Piazza down and dazed. 95-mile-an-hour fastballs, lethal potential. Clemens concerned, Mets concerned, Don Zimmer all concerned.
No slider here. You got to keep in mind, Clemens.
Derek Bell will let you know what he thinks about it. Piazza checked out at the hospital. Slight concussion, will not play on Sunday. Top second, Glendon Rush, Tino Martinez, and sometimes they just slip. No retaliation from Martinez. He goes to first. That's the smart thing to do. Umpire Doug Eddings, a strong reprimand for Rush, but didn't eject him. Bell this time talks with his bat. Base hit going to score Melvin Mora. 1-zip Mets. Bell the only Met with a hit in both games. He was 5 for 8 in the twin bill. Bottom fifth, 2-on, 2-1 for the Mets. And Chuck Knobloch, that's going deep. Lenny Harris, Kodak moment. It's over the wall. The 3-run jack for Nobby. 4-2 Yanks. We watch it again. Harris, love from the glove, but not from the wall. Forced out and over. Top 9, Mariano Rivera. Defensive replacement, Jose Vizcaíno, in for Knobloch, makes the play to end the game, and the Yanks win it by a count of 4-2. So you got a stadium change, but the score and winning teams stay the same. Yankees 4-2, 4-2. Rivera has saved all 3 games so far in the series. 2-on. Lopez into left field. Brian Jordan, it's his teammate. He's going to score. His team's up 1-zip. Lopez's 42nd RBI. Bottom second, Morgan Burkhart. Chopper, and look at Kilvio Veras. Hey, gloves work, but bare hand is how the real man plays. Bottom 5, Troy O'Leary first, Terry Mulholland pitching, and O'Leary's kind of falling asleep over there. 38th career pickoff for Mulholland. That's a find in the Kangaroo Court. Top 8, 2-1 Braves. Jeff Facero facing Lopez. And, well, Lopez will not have to stop at first. That's over the Green Monster. His 12th homer of the year. He's 3 for 4 with 3 ribs, and the Braves win at 5-1. Braves a chance to sweep on Sunday regardless. The Red Sox assured of losing their 5th straight series at Fenway. Mulholland worked 8 innings, allowing 1 run. That's considerably better than his previous 2 starts. 12 runs in less than 5 innings.
Jays and Expos, David Wells looking for win number 15, facing Mike Mordecai with 1 out in the 2nd, and he gets him with the big curve. Top of the 4th now, runners on 1st and 3rd. Raul Mondesi off Tony Armas Jr. That is number 22 on the year for Mondesi, and the Blue Jays go up 3-zip. Bottom of the 5th, Wells facing Felipe Lira. Easy out, right? Wrong. The pitcher going deep, his first career homer. Expos cut it to 4-3, and Lira takes a curtain call for that throng of 17,000 in Montreal. Top of the 7th now, it is Jose Cruz Jr. This is history, his 20th of the year. The Blue Jays, the first team ever to have 4 players with 20 or more homers before the break. But Wells, the story in this one, gets Jose Vidro to end the inning in the 7th. Wells struck out 3, gave up just 5 hits in 7 innings.
A's down 7-2. That's a big fat one. Dan Plesac with the bases chucked, and Jeremy Giambi, who had his 6th on Friday, his 7th is a grand slam and brings his team within 1 at 7-6. Next batter, Miguel Tejada off Young Kim, which is Korean for gopher ball. That's gone. Game tied at 7. Tejada's 15th, 2nd of the game. Bottom 10. Friday night's hero, Ryan Christensen at 2nd. Giambi up again. It's Giambi's world. We are just glad to be living in it. Christensen, he's touching home again with the winning run. Extra innings, and the A's take care of the D-backs again. 8-7 is your final. Giambi's season continues, trying to stop a losing Jag at 2. Top first, Todd Hollingsworth off Aaron Seeley. John Olerud, I'll take that. I can play defense. Bottom 3rd, Eric Gagne facing Olerud with 2 on, and Gagne loses this battle. He has nice glasses, though. Olerud, the shot to center. Mariners up 4-0 on the 8th for Olerud. Seeley on his game against Gary Sheff, and the Iron Chef misses. Now in the 5th, Todd Hundley, bad miss. Seeley, 7 innings pitch, didn't allow a run. In the 8th, Brett Tomko in relief. Mariners leading 11-0. David Bell sacrificing the body. You notice that's the opposing dugout, and you never get help. I don't know why that is in the opposing dugout. And the Mariners win at 11-0. Seeley wins for the 9th time in 10 decisions. He's won 4 straight. Edgar Martinez, his 100th hit, 87th RBI. Olerud, 5th time in a game now. He has driven in 5 runs.
Wireless Cards taking on the red-hot Giants. Bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 St. Louis. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Jim Edmonds, grounder to 1st, and oops, right through the legs, JT Snow. 2-run score on Snow's 4th error of the year. It's a 3-0 Cardinals lead. Top of the 5th, Giants have clawed to within 4-3, and Snow makes amends. The solo shot is 10th homer. Game tied at 4, 1 and 2 hits for Snow. Now, later in the 5th, still tied. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Rich Aurelia comes through. Up the middle, scores 2. Aurelia 2 for 4 in the game. 6-4 Giants. They would not look back. They win their 8th straight. 7-6 the final. Was the Cards' 3rd straight loss. Longest
hill. So is Steve Paris. Omar Vizquel in the 1st. Deep and out. He'd have a home run later in the game. Vizquel, the Gold Glover. Only 38 career home runs. We got 2 today. Chris Steins, the huge game. He's homered in 4 straight. 5 for 6. He scored 4 times today. Here in the 3rd as well, Ken Griffey Jr. and Daddy's home. 2-run shot. 27th of the year. Rocks that out. 6-2 Reds. And it get worse. Dave, Jim Brower on the hill.
Yeah, I wonder how Joel Skinner, the manager of Buffalo's, doing this year, the Indians AAA club, because all of his pitchers are pitching in Cleveland right now. Jim Brower, Keen Davis. Right now, a base hit by Steins. Close pitch, ball 4. Oh, Junior's going to get another shot here, huh? Back-to-back innings with 3-run homers for Junior and a couple of no-doubters. Cincinnati goes up 9-2.
Now already with 5 RBIs here, too. He's got the bases loaded in the 7th, but he's not done.
No, he's not. Like Frank Robinson, if you're going to hit him, you better hit him because you're going to make him mad. What they teach you in Little League, high school is when somebody throws at you, tear their head off. He almost does right there with that rocket up the middle off of Steve Reed.
8 RBIs on the day for Ken Griffey Jr. 4 for 6 with 8 RBIs, and it's a 14-5 blowout. Chris Steins and Ken Griffey Jr., the combined 9 for 12. Griffey was in a 3 for 32 slump. He said he worked with his father before the game. Must have helped. The Reds up to 500, and Steve Paris working that record back.
James Baldwin with 2 on. It was 1-0 at this point. Make it 4-0. Sosa's 22nd of the year, but just his 4th in the last month. Said he couldn't remember the last time he hit one. A couple youngsters hedging their bets there. They got the Cubs jerseys, socks, hats. Top of the 5th, John Lieber facing Ray Durham. 2 on, 1 out, 5-0 Cubs. And it gets him. And the Cubs fans talking a little smack. Next batter, Jose Valentin. He goes down swinging, inning over. Sox strand 2. They did get some solid D, though, from Frank Thomas. Nice play there to rob Willie Green, but it's 8-0 Cubs at that point, and it probably didn't really matter. Top of the 9th, Lieber looking for the complete game, gets Brooke Fordyce. 12th strikeout of the day. The Cubs cruise 9-2. Lieber the story, his 2nd straight complete game. He's worked at least 7 innings in 17 of his 19 first-half starts. All-star James Baldwin absorbs his first road loss of the season after 8 straight wins. Goes and fills at the vet. Bottom of the 1st, 2-1 Orioles. Bases loaded for Pat Burrell. 3-2 pitch is wide, forces in Bobby Abreu. We're tied at 2. Next batter's Rob Ducey. The grounder through the right side. Scott Rowland scores. Mike Lieberthal scores. Phillies go up 4-2 on 1 of 2 hits for Ducey. It was 5-2 after 1. Now bottom of the 3rd, 8-2 fills Andy Ashby. Whenever a pitcher gets a hit, we sportscasters contractually obligated to use the phrase helping his own cause. And who am I to blow against the wind? That's the base hit to score Alex Arias. Phils go up 9-2. They cruise 13-4. Ashby's been the subject of trade rumors. 8 strong innings to pick up the win. First time he's pitched at the vet since he got into that shouting match with a fan at the end of last month. Said Ashby of the boos he heard in his home stadium, quote, "I haven't given them much to cheer about. My kids were booing me early in the season."
Gerald Williams facing Braden Looper. That's definitely a ball. John Flaherty scores. D-Rays lead 5-4. Bottom 8, 5-5 game. Bases loaded. Esteban Yan walks. Preston Wilson. Go ahead run. Marlins take the 6-5 lead. Top 9, tie and run on. Antonio Alfonseca, Bubba Trammell. Thomas, Bubba, Trammell. You get in this house right now. 5-4-3 double play. Marlins win at 6-5. What are the odds of this happening, huh? Preston Wilson, 117 strikeouts and just 35 walks, and he draws the base on balls to win it. Alfonseca's 27th save, certainly an all-star caliber number. Luis Castillo, his 3rd straight 3-hit game. It all adds up to the Fish overcoming 4 errors. Rockies and Anaheim, solid Chuck Berry reference there. Bottom 1st, no score. Brian Bohannon facing Darren Erstad, and that's a pretty good way to start a ball game. The leadoff home run. Erstad 17th, 1-zip Angels. 2 batters later, Mo Vaughn. And next time you say, boy, I suggest there be one around. Mo is 23rd, and the first 3 Angel batters come to the plate and then come back home to score. Bottom 4-4-1 Erstad up with 2 on. Erstad. That's a rope through the right side. Adam Kennedy, he's hustling. He gets to stay on the team. He scores. Erstad's major league leading 140th hit makes it 5-1. Top 5, Larry Walker facing Ken Hill with the bases loaded. He's batting .405 with runners in scoring position. This is his moment. No, it's not. It's a can of corn. Walker 0 for 4 on the day. The Angels hold on to win it by a count of 6-2. 6th straight loss for Colorado. That is a season high. Erstad 2 for 4, his 46th multi-hit game. That leads the majors. The Angels 5 games above 500 for the first time all season. Padres Rangers at a ballpark in Arlington. Bottom 2nd, Rangers up 2-0. Dave Martinez at the plate. Luis Alicea, he's at 3rd after a triple, so he did a lot of running. And now Martinez has to do a lot of running. 270 feet to be exact, we measured. That would be back-to-back triples. Alisea scoring, Rangers leading 3-0. Top 6, Brett Boone already struck out once. Rick Helling, just to prove he could do it again. Boone out a second time. Helling 7 strikeouts. Top 8, Rangers leading 8-1. Al Martin, Mike Lamb showing range and then a gun. Defense, it saves runs. It's a very popular thing with managers. Rangers go on to win at 8-1. Drillers parent club back to 500 for the first time since June 10th. Dave Marzano, it's a 2-1 game, but Ray Sanchez is going to help out. Little insurance for his team. And that is going to drop. I believe that's a Texas leaguer if you're in Houston. George Fabregas, Luis Ordaz score 4-1 in favor of the Royals. Top 8, 4-1 KC. First man up, Jermaine Dye. Jermaine Dye, the leadoff homer, is 22nd, a franchise record for dingers by the All-Star break for KC. Breaks Bo Jackson's record. The Royals win it by a count of 5-2. Max Suzuki wins for the first time in more than a month. All 4 of his wins have come on the road. 1 unearned run is 7 Ks in 7 innings. That's a pretty nice line. A sellout crowd watch. Home loss number 29, 3 shy of last year's total at the Astrodome. Tigers and beer makers, we jump right to the 11th. It's 2-2. Ron Belliard singles to left. Bobby Higginson grabbing it. He's up with it. Louis Lopez at the plate. You are out. Game remains tied. Top 15th now. Second and third for Tony Clark. Base hit. Come on home and score. Brad Osmus and Higginson. Tigers win it 4-2 in 5 hours and 20 minutes. Brewers vacate a franchise record 20 times. 10 of them were looking. Nelson Cruz, 4 innings pitched, 0 runs, 7 by the Confluence. Eric Milton facing Kevin Young. That ball has outstanding height. Young's 12th. Pirates take the lead, 1-0. Chris Benson facing Christian Guzman. Not a good at bat, really. First pitch, looks at strike 1.
Home run in the
Second pitch, fishing, and the third. We're definitely going to need some more work in the cage here. Benson struck out 5. Twins trailing 4-1 to bases loaded. Ron Coomer not coming up with it there. Double play there. Pirates winning it 4-1. Bucks match a season high. 4th straight win. Twins have lost 7 in a row. Benson 4 hits to 5.